Hello everyone folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Pxy-VERSE and we are gonna make today more cloths, actually the 3D cloth, because these ones first will be 2D cloth, so the texture inbuilt on the texture color map, which is very cool but is not sufficient in many cases. So now, if I complete, I should have a list for her, right? It should be more organized. Don't I have a... I thought I had... Okay, let's make a new one here. Let's show... start with a highlight here. Yeah, very simple. Basically, let's use the chat. And let's get here. Okay, so... building special workspaces. Of course, mostly we know about this workspace. The annoying thing is each one of them, they don't come with our stuff that we change here. However, if we made enough of changes here that we are satisfied with, including those settings here, whatever, we can then, for example, I like this layout. I think it's good enough for the most part. There's the asset browser here. I want that area. There's the timeline. Okay. So you can click right mouse button, click here, and duplicate. So you see I have layout 2. I'm gonna call this plan. So we cannot drag and drop, and so this we can still reorder to front. It's not cool because it's difficult to. So if we have many of them here and there, we might have to bring each of the important ones to back, right, to front. Then they will stack here, and so we can reorganize them. Like, so I want the plan first. So the plan is the same thing, except that for the plan we want, I was using, should I use here or here? Yeah, let's just put here. So Shift F11, this is a template, and no, this is a text editor, right? And we want to just get here the typical to-do list. And here I think there are many here. So we're gonna just do to-do list for Natashe. Yeah, that should be good enough. And we're gonna just protect it. We're not gonna save this as a text file, but Python file sometimes. No, it's not a script. We're just going to. So just here, let's organize. So we have the 3D cloths. Yeah, we're gonna do that today. I think we can clear all of them. That would be nice. Then accessories, everything. Then ice. There's just to remember. Yeah, this is easy to remember. So not so about. So there's the rig. So that will be big stuff, or not so big, just annoying. Because I already have a rig. I just need to adjust the wave. So I'm trying to consider anything important here. No, it's just the, there's the icons material. So just this. Then let's see, is everything else? Yeah, the 3D cloths and plus materials, right? We might have to do, certainly we need new materials for that. And that's it, right? If we got those things, we got... Oh, there's the melt. Yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. Melt meshes. Yeah, so that's tongue. So this is like fixing materials. If we or probably gonna reuse. So it's just repositioning, right? Yeah, actually adapting, whatever it adapt. Then we have, eyebrows, yeah. Yeah, and so these icons, in order to work, we need to implement its reach. So actually, same for eyebrows. So that means that we need the ghost, face ghost mesh. So basically this is for many features, but we need this to, we need this thing so that it will connect to the, it will imply functionality of icons, eyebrows, and I guess that's it. Bones, yeah, I'll need this, well, the eyebrows, unsure, but anyways, so it's all interconnecting stuff. Okay, so this is how we get, so now I save, so I have this workspace, and so we can swap, so, but I don't need to be, right, don't even want this collapse, so let's just do this, and here we go. And I have many other things, so I'm using the shading a lot here, not anything else here, so it's just swapping between, I don't even know this small thing here, but yeah, so this is good if we get familiarity with it. There's even a texture paint here. Oh, I could be using that, maybe that will be nice, but too late for the skin at least. So folks, now we can go let's take off the star and go for the mesh of the body. So we have the grease pencil, and we have the possibility to now apparently, so pay attention, one thing that often happens with grease pencil visibility, let me show, oh yeah, that will be a nice, that's almost got me having a heart attack or something like that, very frustrating. It's GP grease pencil visibility issues more. This will save you now more of grease pencil visibility issues. So one thing that happens all the time for me, and I keep forgetting sometimes that is so crucial, is that, okay, so apparently there's not still a perfect thing about this stuff, because let's say that I have some, yeah, I have some stuff selected there, right? Then for some reason they are not showing, and well, it is here, grease pencil, we have this stuff, we have this stuff, we have this stuff. So why this is not, maybe I've lost this, maybe I've deleted the content, I do an edit mode, nothing happens. So actually what's going on, if I'm not wrong, is just that's this simple. There's a timeline, and you see we are the frame 0, while the grease pencil, it needs to exist on a keyframe, and so it is here. So it's not lost, it's not invisible, it's not erased, it's just not in the right right frame. So this is very annoying, because if I return here, we go to 0 with the left and right. But if we get to the shift left, shift right, so at least in my shortcut here, so we got to the very end, and so there's also the possibility to grabbing this keyframe, and but you see I'm probably picking just the layer, right? Or not? Yeah, you see what's happening, this is splitting, so this is not good. So I'm not sure how we solve this, so let's unlock all this, maybe this will work. So okay, this works. So this I just learned now. So we can get this thing and just place it here. F, I pressed F, this is the shortcut to snap to this thing here, time counter, I don't know the name of this, is the current. There's a name, hard to find the name, I always forget. Current frame, I think. anyways, this so you get at frame 0, so there's no problem because you know this is a hold. This is dangerous because if we don't know this trick and we are not aware, we might lose, as happened to me. Even today happened to me on another project I was doing. I thought, why I deleted my, so a lot of patience making model sheets were dumped because of for crazy reason I've deleted the grease pencil or a bug. No, it's just this. So here, snap this thing here, or just grab the grease pencil, place them into the 0, right? Or even beyond, before if it. So this, in this way, and you need to unlock then. All right, so we're gonna just yeah, I was using this auto lock in active layer, so this can be easily achieved. Okay, so now everything is locked. We're gonna just pick the yeah, so this highlight is over also. Let's go back here, and I want to show just the cloth, and as you see, this should be right because we have guides for costumes. Maybe it will be good for modeling. Have a sketch, yes, maybe this will be good for modeling, some good reference. Then we have the costume side, the costume front, and the and that's it, folks. Nothing else. All the rest is for the body, other stuff. So we're gonna just keep this thing here, and then we use this new technique, fade, which is like that by default, but we enable fade inactive layers. And so if I have, for example, this sketch selected, this will be maximized unless I change its unique opacity here, but all the rest, whichever it is here, will be affected by this opacity. But there is a problem with this, I just find out, unfortunately, and I don't know a fix. Still a visibility problem. So okay, this can be nice for now. So the problem that I found is that if we go on edit mode, actually as soon as we select an object, as soon as the grease pencil is not the active element in the selection, you see Natashe model sheet, it's not, maybe it's not active, but it is passive, is the current selection, right? Yeah, it's probably the active selection. So because it is there, and then this stuff works, but as soon as I select another object, boom, that's destroyed. So this is very, very stupid. They need to fix this. They need to give an option. Maybe there's an option exists, but I'm just unaware of. And there is not. Onion skin is for animation, so it makes no sense, but we have here too. There is this fade inactive objects, but what is this? Fade grease pencil objects. Now this is when there are other. Maybe it auto affects itself. Hold on, let's see. Okay, but we need to go back. Okay, so I'm gonna try this, let's see what happens. No, nothing. So we need to, and I can just, yeah, if I select the other object now to edit, right, still doesn't work because, yeah, this needs to be the active element in the selection anyways. So this does nothing apparently. This is certainly, I believe, certainly not what I want, because on the opposite, I don't want to fade the geometry. On the opposite, I want the geometry to be appearing, right? So none of this, I have never found a good way to show ghosts of the keyframe. So this is a keyframe thing, so I think it's, we could try something here, because if there is, okay, but here you must remember there is onion skinning. Okay, there's onion skinning enabled for all of them, but it don't seem that this grease pencil is responding to onion skinning here. Maybe there's some option that I'm forgetting here to enable view onion skin. No, maybe it will be on the dope sheet. I'm trying to cheat the Blender system. Yeah, so no, I can't find it. Let's go back to the time. Shift F12 for timeline. Yeah. Oh, it's timeline and dope sheet. Okay, Shift F3. Onion skinning. Onion skin. So apparently it's nothing here to enable, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is. Maybe here. No. All right. So onion skin. There is opacity here. Mode keyframes. Frames maybe. No. Opacity. No. Yeah, so it's very weird. I don't know. I never used this in 3D, right? But I'm very familiar with onion skinning for 2D traditional animation, right? So in digital main. So whatever. We're not gonna try to. And this canvas is probably something. Nothing happens. Anyways, so we can't find the right setup here. So this thing turns out to be useless if we are like modeling. So the which, if you know a solution, please tell. But what this should be would be a generic fader for this all the layers at once, right? Maybe there is. Oh, I see. Maybe it's something about the object itself. There's copy to selected here? No. So we can't propagate this thing. That will be the ideal thing. Okay, onion skin, we don't care. Transform. This is per layer, right? So it's not. No, maybe not. Maybe just these are for layers per layer. So we can probably. I'm gonna try to find it because this would be very useful if I can find a. Okay, so doesn't seem to be anything here. But there is the idea of the materials, of course. That is the same thing. You have to shift everything, right? Which is not good, right? Alright, because this is a reference, that will be stupid also, right? It's not much better than changing the opacity. Like we could maybe do this and let's see what happened with this one costume. Aha! So, which is the system? So we can use the alpha of the preview. Aha! So when doing this stuff, at least in the state of after we finish that, this should be the way to go. Yeah, so just destroying the alpha there to some extent, reducing it. Then for each of these we'd like to have this alpha because we are not we don't care, right? We want the and per material might be faster than, and the good thing is that well, actually this is not super cool, right? It's more time consuming, depending. If I had just a few materials, that would be better, right? And it's a bit harder to find the option, right? But that, for me, that would solve the problem, right? So I can edit here and this doesn't seem to be, yeah, but this would be more versatile, right? So anyways, we get here the hair front. No, not hair front, there's the costume front. Yeah. So I had the solution in my pocket, in my front, but it's just too boring, right? I wanted something to batch all this. So this alpha idea, maybe it's good, maybe not. But the cool thing is, you don't need to be swapping here, right? For each. So that thing would be better if we had the same material, or just like two materials everywhere, right? Feel, just checking here if we did this for everything. Okay, we did this more or less for everything, but I still on top of that use these layers. The other thing that I've thought maybe is now it doesn't work. Viewport display, this will be when we are using some sort of object color. Yeah, but this will disrupt my my organization of the materials, right? Per material. Display as solid. Yeah, I could have this. Okay, no, not this object. So object seems to work, but see, object is bad. Random also won't seem to work. So you can't separate single. Well, if something works, the grease pencil will just disappear. Material, object. Yeah, this one disappears. Random doesn't disappear. I need to go back here. Single doesn't disappear. And material doesn't disappear. And attribute doesn't disappear. And texture, we already know that doesn't disappear. So then there's this solid thing. Maybe this, we could also use this, but this is not usually not good. Bounds, no. So solid, let's see if this interacts in any other way. No, it's all the same. So it's just this object thing. And this will tint everything with the color, but there is an advantage to this, is that indeed, so let's no, Control Z, let's remove this alpha thing, because this is just overly complicated, right? In my case here, because I have too many materials. and too many layers. But if you use the material color, then we can, you see, just they can have all maximum opacity. Here I'm using this thing, but it's useless. So basically they'll have the same, all the same color, but that's okay. So we can erase everything, or I mean, we can do this with a single batch thing. So this is the good stuff, yeah. But as soon as I change here, we'll got problem, right? So I mean, as soon as I edit mode works, okay. As soon as I get this, then it's messed up, right? Alright, let's start making this. So as long as I don't need the color for the materials, I'm fine, right? Let's make another highlight, because this is kind of useful. Batch alpha. Alright, well folks, this is, I've just explained already presented the file, so just gonna explain. If you are struggling like I have been in this for ages, no, just for months learning grease pencil in Blender, so this is, you see, there's no batch for opacity of the each of these layers all at once. You can't select multiple layers currently. So if we want to we can't control this, it is annoying. So another way, if we have all in a single materials instead of multiple layers, it doesn't, not good here, but we could get the base color of the stroke or of the fill, right, to alpha. So if I did that for, let's say, I think this front is a costume material, so I can also reduce the alpha from here. But because I have multiple materials, this is not a good idea. Here what's happening is because I need to go texture here, okay? So you'll see that, so this can be good, but I'm not gonna use this because already I have too many and we can't batch this, I guess, yeah. So in this case, there's no way here. This will be the most default technique. Another one is that, but it won't work for me because fade inactive layers, this option actually works to fade. Let's say, let's select this sketch, which is this one, and I have the grease pencil in the selection, is the active element, and so here when I do this fading, I can fade all the layers that is not the active one, while this one we can control here. So even if it is here, the others will be, see, so all the others, right, all the others. But there is a big drawback in this setup. If I want to model the cloths now, as soon as I click another object, the grease pencil, it lost the option, because this is only works when we select it, we have it here, Natashe model sheet. So here it doesn't work, it doesn't sustain. So this is not good for my workflow here. But then here the solution, one way. So it has limitations, but so we go on Object tab of the grease pencil, and then we look for the viewport display, and you see we can change the alpha here of a certain color. So this is the viewport display color, not texture. Yeah, technically texture, but it's the color of the object in this case. So if we go color object, we can see that everything that is grease pencil there, the object becomes this color, and we can then let's use this, and then I can, and this alpha will be pervasive even if I go in edit mode on another object. But of course there's drawbacks. I can't see the other materials. It's just object that it works apparently. I have tried already, and of course I cannot see the original colors that I've gave to the layers, to the grease pencil strokes, materials, whatever. But for now this should be a good enough solution. Yeah, another annoying thing is that if you use the wireframe, it will also wireframe the grease pencil. So this is very bad design for this kind of artwork. But the tools are great, they are just not ultra great. So this is more developments for sure. Okay, that's it. 3 highlights about this stuff already. That was it. So now we can start modeling these cloths, and we gonna need these views, right? Here I really don't need a model sheet because don't need to match them in principle, because what I'm doing here, no, I can have this, so this is not so bad. Alright, so what we can do here is that yeah, I need to start adding new objects. I just am a bit confused right now. Okay, I need this, alright. I'm thinking what could be this piece of cloth here. Okay, we'll do this outside one for now. Yeah, I don't need all this, right? It's just that should be the quotes there. Sorry, I was thinking something else. Okay, here P selection, right? So this is pretty fast. So Alt, no, wrong object. Also, let's make the grease pencil unselectable. I'm gonna go some, no, not Alt S, I'm gonna just use a solidify, of course. Outside. Yeah, so you see I'm having problem now with the Oh, there it is. Okay, so here is where we got a little mistake. This is very annoying, so there'll be many ways to solve this, but we're gonna do this way. This is because of the clipping, because the solidify is not on, right? I guess. No, something. Oh, the subdivision actually. Alright, there we go. We're gonna make a few more subdivisions for this mesh, but okay, we're gonna try to keep this loop here, might be useful. Let's see, from here we can get, although there is this belt here, maybe we should make it in as the same part, yeah, the same in the same mesh. I think that should work, unless it start to cause problems with the shrink wrapping. No, with some specific modifiers, solidify, yeah, notably. Yeah, so here we don't have a good setup. Where does this goes? The topology is just not good enough here for this, so I think I can improve this. We're gonna make some changes here. And yeah, all this is starting to become super difficult to see. Yeah, we need this X-ray here. All this clipping is going crazy. No, this is a wrong vertex. Okay, so we got this. We got this. I'm still trying to save this, but this is waste. Let's get merge this here, then merge at last. There we go. This topology sounds important, but we might have to deliver something different here. Yeah, it's unsure what I need to split this. Probably we're gonna make these faces smaller. See, this is too big, and so yeah, I think we're just gonna cut here. Right, this sounds good. And then here we're gonna redirect, maybe subdivide this. No, it's not like that. subdivide here probably. So this will go more to the side, while here we're going to wait, this is not correct, right? Okay, this is correct. So here we're gonna F, no, not working. F, no, not working. Okay, we got a face here. So how this is connected. Okay, we got faces here, so it's so this is working already. We just need to redisposition this. I'm not snapping yet. So this point comes this belt, so probably I should overlap these meshes. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to make this from this mesh already, and I'll probably have to dismantle this because or one thing that I might think, yeah, actually we could, I like the idea, like we make the belt on top of this, so this is connected. Yeah, so we don't care about the belt will be a separate object. Oh no, I got some issues there. Okay, we got it. Probably I snapped some vertices accidentally. So the cool thing is that this will already reveal that this cloth, this piece is all this stuff, right? Which I haven't thought in the beginning, so this is actually interesting. So I'm gonna still preserve this, even though it's just a detail, right? What matters is that now we need to this face loop is sort of important, not here though. Here we're gonna okay, I need to return to that visualization. I want to see more of the grease pencil. Now it's very messy to look. Yeah, I barely understand anything. Well, let's take off all the creases for now. We'll add them all at once. Okay, so my assessment here is that this topology should be simple, so just continue here. says that we need this amount here, maybe a little more, but that sounds good. Let's use proportional editing now. This is annoying because I cannot just snap the mesh, this cloth mesh into the... What's happening there? Looks like some shape key madness. Yeah, totally. Alright, just fortunately I deleted with the right, the last one remaining being the correct one. Okay. Depending on the order we make this deletion, we can end up with a horrible, with the wrong setup, yeah, the wrong shape as the basis. And then we just deleted the correct ones. Come on, I should have done this before. It's because I was creating all the topology in the so I didn't even have the proper face loops yet. Yeah, and a lot of this could be fixed just by already have the solidifying and extruding. Alright, so Okay, I think this part of the dress, or if it can be called a dress, it's sort of organized now finally. This face loop maybe. Alright, so it's sort of got a more or less organized one now. Since the belt will stay there, I think we can just do this here, yeah. Now for the top here, we already see, yeah, I want to maintain, probably like to maintain the topology there, but we're going to make some changes here. Yeah, I'll have to make many changes. So I'm gonna maintain this face loop here because it's very important. And this we're gonna have to apply the mirror modifier, which will be very annoying. Yes, because I might not be able to entirely fix the geometry here. And then once it is asymmetric, it's like double problem, right? Okay, but what I know is still that I need to, at least this side will try to get this properly organized. And yeah, we'll have to remake this here I have an impossibility of the design, if I believe. yeah, I'll do this one so we can see better what we get and where we are having really poor positionings. Okay, for the most parts is good, but this part of the symmetric will be still a lot of pain. Let's face this, though I'm not too far from a good result, I think. Snapping all this. Probably have to rework on this. Yeah, plenty of things here. So here is what's not working. From this angle, it says that, but from the side view, I just made it different. So I prefer this one. So let's see what that tells. It's more radical, and I think it's more aligned with the asymmetric proposition. So why I'm making asymmetric to start with, if it's way more complicated? Well, because it works gaining some experience. I don't do often, so I'm gonna do this visually, hence yes. So I'm gonna change this material. Let's see what we have here. Okay, I'm gonna use this metal for now. It's horrible, but it will hide the body maybe. Okay, we're gonna do this thing then, finally. There is the possibility to sculpt with some symmetry. You don't use that too much, so, or maybe model with some symmetry. Yes, there is something here. So we can probably, we'll try something here. Okay, so we're gonna apply the mirror. And now we can finally start working on this. So the setup here is not too different. I'm using this, okay, so the mesh was still entirely symmetrical, so I don't know how we're gonna fix this, because this needs to go below, so we're gonna find out a solution for that later. For now, let's just get this thing aligned. Gonna cut across. does... Oh, they go like here. Alright. They follow this one. Okay, can be that one. They'll follow this, but on a different section. There we go. At least one side. Then for the other side, now these are very important here, so we need to yeah, so you have some trigons here. I don't think they will be too destructive for rigging. We'll see that. I think that they won't bother too much because you have subdivision surface modifiers, so it should fix those things. And it's cloth, so it doesn't need to be too perfect. So here we have we had a quad, no more. We had a triangle, now we have a quad. So this is actually advantageous, right? Now you get all this at Shift E 0.4 here maybe. And let's return to the original value. There is also a problem here. Not sure about this particular one, it wasn't predicted, but maybe that will be fine. Yeah, so I have a lot of work to fix on these geometries still. Maybe I should be using this. Does this? No. Only certain vertices, yeah, will respond. So if I'm lucky, eventually I'll catch something that is correct, and then be able to correct both sides. This one, for example, but well, otherwise, for generally speaking, this. Okay, saving. Let's use the gizmo here. Okay, now the material for this. Okay, that's looks fine. We could use the same material here for now, and we could also use for, I think here, guess what? Okay, let's do the creases for all this again. Shift E -1, Shift E 0.7. There is that sculpt tool, right, called Relax Geometry. Where's this? Okay, it's not that, isn't that? Yeah, not sure. So I'm gonna use the grab. Okay, and so for here we can decide that maybe we don't need to respect entirely the model sheet. We can see what works best for. The cool thing is that we can see on the mode, right, with all the things selected. So this is actually very, you see the shape that creates there, right? Hey, this is actually cool. I can manage the symmetry despite the fact this thing is asymmetric, weird, and very... Alright, so we got the cards here for this. Very interesting. So certainly I didn't know that because I don't do much. But I would like to rotate here. There will be, I don't know, so there should be some way to do that on sculpt, but that's fine. The important thing is that this seems to be a good solution for this kind of clothing there stuff, right, that we need to and this is good also because it's not wave paint yet, so it doesn't need to be snapped onto the body. If it's just on a good distance, that's fair enough. Then the waves, except for the skirt, of course, the skirt will be more complicated. We'll need some special tricks that I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna use for it, but I have always had trouble with this. Then there's the collision. In principle I would use not cloth physics, I would use wiggle bones, or depending on the skirt we can actually have some sort of just rigged skirt, right? Alright, so this sounds to be good. Yeah, very nice, very nice. But today I think I will finish sooner. I'm trying to reorganize my very nice mesh here, wireframe. I'm trying to organize my schedule, folks, if you're listening. So I've been doing this too late in my country, Brazil, and for more than 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, and so on, and I need to reorganize my schedule. So unfortunately, for some of you, maybe you won't be able to find me real time for a while, but on occasion I'll be back in this time, but or at another moment. For now, I will need to do this change, so just notify. But you can. I'll still leave the streams online, so anyone can watch later if want. Then watching later is better. You can sometimes you accelerate, speed up, and then you can see some points of interest. And also there's also the highlights. So if you're looking, chasing any highlight, whatever reason, then this can be done too. If the thing was published at least 24 hours after streaming has ended. Yeah, I'm pretty much liking the results here. I think that's practice makes perfect. So we're going to look at another scene here. Again, I'm doing this because I want to see how she will starts to look. I think it's interesting for everyone also. So you have this space high, you have this one. So there she's still not rigged, but now she has got a bit more stuff. And this uniform, I haven't decided what it is, if it qualifies as urban clothing. I think I'll qualify it for this scene, exact. So this will be some sort of urban clothing for Natashe. She would have a suit for something else, right? If I had more different sunlight here, would be better. Is this a sun or is a point light? No, it says a sun. Without shadows, alright. Okay, so this scene doesn't have compositing, so, and of course EV is too dark. There we go. I don't have the scene where she will appear, well, where they will meet, but this is a coffee shop on an asteroid, so this is something that I should start to be making, because this particular scene is sort of ready for something, but I'm not gonna start this yet. In the script or the plot, I'll need to be readjusting. It's not, you know, films or books, things don't necessarily show up in the order, chronological order, so this is what I need to be playing with in order to, for example, use this scene where they are together. So yeah, so this we're gonna use some of display of non-chronological stuff. Alright folks, so this was it for today. Very quite short. I hope that you liked. Take care and happy blendering. Good luck in your project. I hope this was inspiring. And see you another day for more of this. So, but remember, I'm gonna change my schedule. I start early, probably. Yeah, much early, maybe even. So, thanks so much, folks. See you soon.